Okay, so next in this question, uh, okay, the O is the center of the circle and we are supposed to figure out the value of x. What we can do, since these two sides are equal and that is already given to us, and this angle is 72 degree. If this angle is 72 degree, then this angle needs to be 180 minus 72 degree. That gives us what? 108 degrees. So this angle needs to be 108 degrees. Okay, now we know this angle 51 degree and we know this angle which is angle BOC 108 degree. So when we are going to add 108 and 51 together, we are going to get as 159 degree. So if from 180 we are going to subtract the sum of 51 and 108, that gives us what? 180 minus 159. When we are going to solve it, so we will be getting the value of this angle, which is BCO, which is 21 degree. Okay. Now, since these two sides are equal to each other, which means this angle is this triangle BDC should be an isosceles triangle. If this angle is 21 degrees, so this angle also needs to be 21 degree. If this is 21 degree and this is 21 degree, okay, we can easily figure out the measurement of this entire angle. Correct. So this entire angle needs to be what? 180 minus twice of 21 degree, which is 42 degree. Okay, so if we are going to do this 180 minus 42 degree, so we are getting what? 138 degree. Out of 138, we already have the measurement of 51 degrees. So if we are going to subtract this 51 degree, so this angle we are going to get at 87 degree. Okay, and these angles together makes what? 180 degree. And we are not supposed, we have no need to you figure out this one as well. So x plus 138 degree should makes 180 degree only. So for to figure out the value of x, we can do 180 minus 138 degree. The value of x needs to be what? 42 degree. Option C, 42 degree is gonna be the correct answer. Now the next one is which of the following statements are true? So there are infinite number of lines which are passing through the point 2 and 4. Yes, that is true only. From one single point in the coordinate geometry, infinite number of the lines are passing through. So that point needs to be true only. Now a linear equation in two variables has infinitely many solutions. Yes, that is also true. Okay, so both P and Q should be the correct answer. Okay, both P and Q are the correct statement only. Now the next one, the next question what we have is which of the following options make the given expression true? This we can do in a two ways. Either we can figure out the value of the root 11 and root 10, then we can put it directly, or what we can do, uh, simply we can solve it like root 11 minus root 10 is given to us. So here we can multiply it by root 11 plus root 10. And since we are multiplying in the numerator, we can multiply it in denominator as well. So we are going to get as 11 minus 10 by root 11 plus root 10. We are getting 1 by root 11 plus root 10. Okay. Similarly, in this one, root 12 minus root 11 by, we need to multiply it by root 12 plus root 11 by root 12 plus root 11. Okay, so we will be getting 12 minus 11 by root 12 plus root 11. We are going to get 1 by root 12 plus root 11. Now, there is one basic thing that we need to look for the denominator. Here it is root 11 minus root 10. And we have root 12 plus root 11. That we already know plus 10. Okay. So the smaller the number, so the root value will be smaller as well. So we already know that the 12 should be greater than 11 and 11 should be greater than 10. So same way, the root of 12 should be greater than the root of 11 and that should be greater than the root of 10. Correct. So here we do have only root 11 plus root 10. And here we have root 12 plus root 11. So definitely it should be greater. Correct. But since they are, if we are finding them like this, in the reciprocal form. Okay, days. So what we can say, the term which contains the smaller denominator, that should be the greater one. So it should be the greater one. So that is why option B needs to be the greater one. Since because it is minus only, na, and we are getting for this term. That's why we are replacing it like this, and then only we are comparing it. Now the next one is given below parallelogram are of the same areas, we are supposed to figure out the height since they are having the same areas. And we already know the area of a parallelogram should equals to base times height. Okay, so if we are going with the area of ABCD, so that should equals to base is 8 and height is h. Okay, and if we are going to figure out the area of parallelogram PQRS, so that should be base 5 and height 4.8. Okay, so both needs to be equal only. So 5 times 4.8 should equals to 8 times h. Okay, so 5 times 4.8 if we are going to solve, so we will be getting it 24. So 24 is equals to 8 times h. So the height should equals to what? 24 by 8. If we are going to solve it, we are going to get as 3 centimeters. So height needs to be 3 centimeters. Next question. The numbers, these numbers are already given, arranged in ascending order. If the median is 45, find the mode. So how many terms are there? So in this question, if we are going, first we need to figure out the number of the terms. And when we are going to figure out the number of terms, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9 terms are there. So 1, 2, 3, 4 from this side, 1, 2, 3, 4 from this side, this. Okay, this should be the median term, which is 2x plus 3. And that is equals to what? 45. So 2x is equals to what? 42. And the value of x should be what? 21. So the value of x is what? 21. Okay, so the value of this term, which is 2x plus 3, needs to be 2 times 21 plus 3. And that is already given to us, which is 45. Correct. So this term is what? This term is 45. Now, since the question is asking about the mode, mode is the most occurring frequency. So 44 occurs 1, 2 times and 45 occurs 3 times. So that is why the mode needs to be what? Option A, 45. A point whose abscissa and ordinates are of same sign lies in first or fourth quadrant, second or third quadrant. Okay, see. So this is y-axis, this is x-axis, this is x-axis, this is y-axis. Here all the coordinates of x and y are positive. Here the coordinates of x are negative but y are positive. Here the coordinates of both x and y are negative. And here the coordinates of x are positive and y is negative. This is first quadrant, this is second quadrant, this is third quadrant, and this is fourth quadrant. So a point whose abscissa means x and ordinate means y are of same sign. So in the first and the third quadrant, both are same. So first and third quadrant, option C needs to be the correct answer. Next, in the given figure, the sides of a triangle PQR are 22 centimeter, 36 centimeter, and 16 centimeter. PQR 22, 36, and 16. And the sides of a triangle ABC are 12, 14, and 8 meter. Find the area of the shaded region. So for that, what we can do, we can figure out the area of the triangle PQR. Then we can subtract the area of triangle ABC from this. Okay, so if we need to figure out the area of triangle PQR, we can go with the Higon's formula. So for triangle PQR, if we are going first we need to figure out S, that needs to be 22 plus 36 plus 16 by 2. Okay, we need to add all of them together. We will be getting 74. So 74 by 2 we need to do. We are going to get as 37. So now the area would be 37 times 37 minus 22, 37 minus 36, and 37 minus 16, and whole root. So we are going to get 37 times 15 times 1 times 21. Okay, so this 37, we can write it as 37 only. Okay, 37, since it is a prime number, 15 we can write as 3 times 5, and 21 we can write as 5 times 7. So 5 we can take out of the bracket. Then we do have in the root, we do have 37 times 7, 3. Okay. Okay, and if we are going to figure out the area of triangle PQR, area of triangle ABC. First, we need to figure out the semi-perimeter, that is gonna be 12 plus 14 plus 18 by 2. So that we are going to get as 44. We will be getting 44 by 2, 22. Okay, now if we need to figure out the area, we are going to get as 22 times 22 minus 12, 22 minus 14, and 22 minus 8. 22 times 10 times, we will be getting 8 times 14. Okay, so this 22 we can write as 2 times 11. 10 we can write as 2 times 5. 8 we can write as 2 times 4. 14 we can write as 7 times 2. So this 2 makes one pair can come out. This 4 can come out as 1, 2. This 2 and this 2 is having one pair. It can come out as 1, 2. We do have root 77. So 2, 2, 8, 8 root 77. Okay. Now when we need to subtract it, so we will subtract both of the things together. So we are going to get it as 5 root 777 minus 8 root 77 that we need to do. And when we are going to figure out the value of these roots, we will be getting 5 times 27.87 minus 8 times 8.77. Okay, so we will be getting 5 times 27.87 gives us 139.35 minus, when we are going to figure out the value of this, 8 times 8.77, we will be getting 70.16. Okay, and when we are going to subtract both of them together, we are going to get as 69.19 something. This is around 60.05 meters square. We can choose that. Okay, the next question what we have is, in the given figure, ABCD is a parallelogram. Okay, and ABCD is a parallelogram and E is the midpoint of the entire BC. And also DE and AB both are produced such that they intersect each other at F. Okay, then we need to tell out of the given option that which one is correct. Okay, so since ABCD is a parallelogram that we can clearly see. Okay, ABCD is a parallelogram, so that we already know that opposite sides needs to be equal and parallel to each other. Okay, and after that, what else we know? Okay, so ABCD is a parallelogram. E is the midpoint only, which means CE and BE both needs to be equal, and DE is and AB both are produced and they are meeting each other at F. So first we will try to prove that the triangle DCE and triangle BFE, these two triangles are congruent to each other. Okay, if we need to prove that triangle DCE and triangle this BFE are congruent to each other. So for that, we already know that angle DCE, this angle, okay, should equals to angle FB, because these are the alternate interior angle. Okay, so angle DCE should equals to angle FB because of alternate angles. Correct. Now we already know that CE is equals to BE. Okay, because CE is the midpoint. So CE is equals to BE. Okay, and angle DEC, this angle should equals to this angle because these are making vertically opposite angles, right? Angle DEC should equals to angle FEB. Okay, because these are vertically opposite angles. So we can clearly say that triangle DCE will be congruent to triangles BFE. Okay, since these two triangles are already congruent. If they are congruent, so by CPCT, we can say that DC will equals to FB. This DC should equals to what? FB. And this DE should equals to what? FE. Okay, according to CPCT, we can see that. Okay, now since this is a parallelogram and we can use the parallelogram property to figure out the length of AF. Okay, so in a parallelogram ABCD, opposite sides are equal, that we already know. So DC should equals to what? AB. Okay, and we know that FB, already know that FB is equals to DC. Okay, and if FB, this FB is equals to DC. Okay, that we already know, and DC is equals to AB. So since this FB should also equals to AB. Okay, because these two sides are equal to each other, so these two sides needs to be equal to each other. And to figure out the length of the AF, this AF we can write as AB plus BF, correct? And AB plus BF is also equals to AB. We can write it as AB as well, so twice of AB. So we can say that AF should equals to twice of AB. So option B needs to be the correct answer for this one. Okay, now when we are going to the next question, so next question is, if 6 is subtracted from the numerator and the denominator from both the numerator and denominator of a fraction, then the new ratio of the numerator and denominator becomes 17:19. So what is the original ratio? Okay, so when 6 is gonna be subtracted from both the numerator and the denominator. Okay, from both numerator and denominator, we are subtracting 6. So the new ratio we need to figure out. Okay, so if we are going with this, so we can say that if we are going to take the fraction as x by y. Okay, so this is x, numerator we can take as x, the denominator we can take as y. Now, according to the question, we are subtracting 6 from both numerator and denominator. After that, the fraction becomes 17/19. Okay, so when we are going to solve it further, so we will be getting 19 times x minus 6 should equals to 17 times y minus 6. Okay, so when we are going to solve it, we will be getting 19x minus 114 should equals to 17y minus 102. Okay, so 19x minus 17y should equals to minus 102 plus 114. So 19x minus 17y should equals to 12. Okay, we are able to form only one equation, because if we cannot if we are going with other options as well, if we are going to put it, then definitely we are not going to get our answer. So data is not properly given to us. So data is inadequate. We will not be able to figure out the answer on the basis of this much given data only. Now the next question, we have 21st question, and 21st question is saying that in the given figure, the sides AB and AC of the triangle ABC are produced to the point D and E respectively. So if the bisectors of BP and CP of angle CBD and BC respectively meet at point P, then we are supposed to figure out the length of BPC, angle BPC. Okay, so for that, what we can do? Okay, so for this, we can clearly see, first we need to figure out the relationship between the angle BPC and angle BAC. So it is known that that the angle formed by the bisector of the exterior angle of a triangle is half the measure of the opposite interior angle. Correct? That we already know. So that is why the angle BPC should equals to 90 minus angle BAC by 2. Okay. So angle BPC, this angle BPC should be equals to 90 minus BAC, this by 2. So angle BPC should be 90 minus 62 by 2. Okay, so when we are going to solve it, 1962 minus 2, we are going to get 31. So the value of angle BPC, we are going to get as 59 degree. So that is why this is going to be our correct answer.